Good morning. This is my next video. How are you guys? This is Love. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about mammograms. I think a lot of us don't go get mammograms because we just feel, well, I don't want to know. It might be really crazy. What if I have cancer? What if something's wrong? But you go to the doctor, right? Whenever you don't feel well, if you have a cold or you have a pain somewhere, you go to the doctor, right? And you don't go, oh, I have a pain, so it might be cancer, so I'm not going to go to the doctor. You go because you want to make sure whatever it is, you catch it right away. You don't want it to turn into pneumonia. You don't want it to turn into anything else. So I feel it's really important for older women and also for younger women, whichever. I'm not sure exactly when you're supposed to start. I know they say that when you're in your 40s, you really should go every year. I'm not really sure when it's supposed to start, whether you're supposed to do it super young or not. But I feel like you should talk to your doctor and find out, do I need to get a mammogram? When do I need to get it? I have never gotten mammograms, ever. And I started going 2 years ago or 3 years ago. So I went the first year because in my job, they have like a rolling truck that comes around to take mammograms. And all you have to do is walk in and tell them that you want to take it, and they take the mammogram and then they send it to your doctor. So I went in like 3 years ago and I took the mammogram, and they were like, it's inconclusive because we don't have anything to really compare it with. So we suggest that you go get an ultrasound. So I was like, okay. I never did it. Then the second year I didn't go. I wanted to go to the truck, but I missed it. So this year I went again, and I said, oh, now they have something to compare it to, so I won't have to get the ultrasound. I try to get out of every procedure. So I went, and it was inconclusive. And when they compared it to the other inconclusive, they were like, you need to get an ultrasound because you have dense tissue, so we can't really tell. So I was like, okay. So I finally scheduled ultrasound. Super simple. It's just like getting like an ultrasound of the belly when you're pregnant. And so they went over and they checked it and everything, and they had the results right away. And I went to the front, and they were like, we have a little spot. We don't know what it is, but it's nothing really to worry about. You could either get a biopsy now, or you could wait for 3 months, and then we could check and see if it grew, if it's smaller, if it's like anything. And then we check again in 6 months, then we check again in a year, and we check again in 2 years. And then after the 2-year mark, if it hasn't done anything, it's the same thing. We won't worry about it. Or if you're the type of person that needs to know right now, we could just take the biopsy, and then, that's it. So, in that split minute, I really got scared because, I'm a single mom. I have 2 girls that I'm raising. I work really hard. I am very health conscious. I run, I walk, I eat well, I'm vegan. So I'm like, oh my God, like, could it be cancer? Like 3 years ago, I could have went, and all these thoughts are going through my mind, and I'm like freaking out. So I told the lady, I definitely want to get the biopsy because I want to know what's going on. Like, I don't have cancer in my family, so I didn't think it was, necessary to go and get this done. And now I'm really scared. And she said to me, well, it's not cancer. It's definitely not cancer because cancer doesn't look like that. But it could be like a little cyst, or it could be nothing at all. It could just be that's the way your tissue is. But because we don't have anything to compare it to, we really don't know. So I was like, well, I want to get the biopsy. Anyway, even though I know it's not cancer, I still want to get the biopsy because I don't want to be waiting 2 years to find out 2 years from now that there's some sort of a problem. So, you know, I had so much regret in that moment when I wasn't sure what she was telling me. And I think we do that all the time because it's like, oh, I'm not going to go get a mammogram because I don't want to know if there's, you know, if there's a problem or anything like that. But then when we find out there's a problem, in that moment, it's like, man, like I could have avoided all of this by just going to the doctor and just getting a simple test and taking care of it, you know, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, or something like that. So my advice to all my single moms out there and all my married moms out there and to everyone is just go get the mammogram. Go get whatever test the doctor tells you to go get, you know, because they're guessing just like we're guessing. They're practicing doctors, you know what I mean? So they don't have all the answers. But if they're saying, you know what, I think you might have an issue, go get this test done, and you're like, I don't have that in my family, I know I'm going to be okay, just get the test done. Because it will be simpler for you to get it done and find out, oh my God, I have this small cluster of cancer cells that could be, you know, hit with a little radiation and gone tomorrow, than to wait 2-3 years and now you have a watermelon size something that they can't do anything about and you're like stage 4, you know, terminal, you know. So the reason I tell you guys this is because my mom, she wasn't my biological mom, but she was the mom that I knew. She really gave me great advice. She took care of me for a lot of years. And, you know, she died of cancer last year, December 12th, 2017. You know, I got that call that everybody dreads getting. And, you know, my mom was super healthy, you know, and then there was a period of time where she just was like, I don't care. I'm going to live my life. I'm going to love who I am. I'm going to eat whatever I feel like eating. And then she got cancer and she knew about it. She felt like something was wrong, but, you know, she had me and my sister and my brother, and she didn't want to go because she's like, I don't want to find out that I have this horrible thing and then I leave my children. Like, I have to be here for them, you know. And then she finally went, and when she went, it was like, you know, you have this cancer, you need to take radiation, you need to do this, that, or the other. And she was just like, I don't want to do that, you know, I want to find a natural way. I want to eat healthy. I want to, you know, do my thing. And she did. And I think it actually helped her, you know, remain here for almost a year and a half, like 18 months or something. But it was like from the time that she found out to the time that it spread everywhere, it wasn't a really long time. And they were just like, you know, you're eating healthy and you're doing the things that you need to do. But, you know, now it's, you know, it's in your stomach. It's a little bit on your lungs. It's, you know, spreading. It's everywhere. It's on every organ that you have. And eventually, you know, it went to your brain, went to her brain. And I remember the last conversation that I had with her. I'm going to tear up a little bit because I love her so much. You know, she kept saying, you know, why love is not calling me? Like, what's happening? Like, why she's not calling? Like, she has to call me. Like, I want to talk to her. And in my mind, you know, I'm a lot like her. So I was like, you know, if I don't call her, she's going to hold on and she's not going to go, you know. And she did. She just kept holding on and, you know, kept saying, why isn't Love calling me? Like, I need to talk to her. And then finally I called, and, she was just her happy little self. She was laughing at everything, and, she kept saying, I don't remember that. I don't remember, like, we're talking about some TV program that, Living Single, I know you guys, in Living Color, that program, me and my sister used to watch it all the time, and we thought it was like the funniest program. And so one day, we got my mom, and we're like, Mom, you have to see this thing. It's so funny, because she loved to laugh. And so we went and we showed her, and that particular day, I guess they took the censorship off, and so like every other word was a curse, and it was just terrible content that day. And, my mom used to always call us a million names before she told us anything. So she's like, Love, baby, sweetie, honey. Oh my goodness, baby. Like, this is horrible. You can't be watching this kind of program, sweetie. What are you doing, honey? Darling, baby, this is awful, And me and my sister were laughing and talking to her about it. And I was like, Mom, do you remember that? And she was like, I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember. I can't remember. And that's because the cancer was already in her brain. So she was losing a lot of memory. But she was laughing at us as we're telling the story, like she was hearing it for the first time. And she was like, when are you going to come and see me? You have to come and see me. And I was like, Mom, I don't have money. I don't have money right now to come out there. And I know that I have to support my sister in the funeral too. So I'm like, I'm not going to have the money to come out there. And she was like, okay, that's okay. I'm glad that I'm talking to you. And then like 2 minutes later, she's like, so, Love, when are you going to come and see me? So me and my sister are cracking up. And I was like, Mom, remember I just said that I don't have the money? And she's like, oh, yeah. Yeah, I have to get you some money. And then she was like, when are you going to come see me? And so, I cherished that last conversation, but I wish that she would have, gotten checked beforehand. And, she might still be here with us today. And, there was so many little conversations before, once she found out that she had cancer, we were talking and, just laughing and being ourselves. And, she has so much life left, she wasn't an old woman, and she was so fun and so happy. So I want you guys to stay here as long as you can. We're all gonna die. That's just how it is. We're not getting out of this alive. But, let's try to stay here as long as possible so that we can see our kids grow up. We can go to their weddings. We can, be there to support them in divorce, or, be there to help them with little issues, because, now I don't have my mom. If I want to call her and tell her about an issue, or I want to say, oh my God, listen what Tabby did, or let me tell you how Naomi's growing, I can't do that, So, go get your mammograms, guys, and stay healthy and make sure that you're good, so that you could be here for your kids and, you could take care of them, because it's so important to have your mom. And, no matter how old you get, no matter, how, mature you are, it's like you always need your mom, or you always need your dad, or that one friend that you always go to. So let's be that person for someone, and let's get our checkups, make sure that we're good, and, get our mammograms. So I have to go get my biopsy because I'm going today. And, I just want you guys to don't put it off. Go get it done, and take care of your kids and take care of yourself. Bye. Love from love. Bye, guys.